Hey everybody, Mark Johnson here, founder and creative director of Able Abe Studios, back again with another episode of It's Go Time! Episode 16. In today's episode, I give you my top 5 ways to keep your home neat and tidy. I mean, who likes to spend hours or spending a weekend getting your place back into a orderly fashion? Nobody likes that, so with these top 5 ways, if you do them on a regular basis and you keep mindful of them, you can have a place that stays tidy 24/7 with the minimal of work. So let's jump into my top 5 ways to keep your place neat and tidy, and hopefully they can be of use to you. So, number 1, my number 1 way to keep your place neat and tidy is to time yourself. Rather than spending a weekend or even a couple hours a day or any day to get your place back in an orderly fashion, that's a lot of time to spend. So if you time yourself and spend about 30 to 45 minutes, say maybe every other day, every day might be a bit much, but say every other day or every other day after that, you spend 30 to 45 minutes just to kind of declutter and kind of put things back, in the spaces that kind of got, out of hand. You can save yourself a lot of time. And if you do it on a regular basis, like I said, it will seem like nothing. It'll be just really easy, and your space will be neat and tidy on a regular basis. My number 2 way to keep your place neat and tidy and organized is to keep your counters clean. Counters in the kitchen, counters in the bathroom, if you have those kind of open, it makes the space look a little bit more inviting, and it doesn't seem too cluttered. And at the same time, it gives those areas seem like to be a little bit more spacious. So if you keep your counters clean, if you start to see your counters maybe getting filled up with stuff that doesn't need to be there, or you think it's going to be there temporary, but it's been there a little bit longer, spend some time just to kind of clear those counters off, wipe them down, and you'll have a space that feels inviting as well as easy to live in. My number 3 way to keep your place neat and tidy and organized is to clean as you go. Be it cooking in the kitchen, working on a project in the kitchen, whatever it may be. If you clean as you go, you will save yourself not only time, but the ability to, feel more at ease in your space. So if you're cooking dinner, maybe as something's cooking on the oven, on the stove or in the oven, you can be maybe washing up some of the dishes that you use or wiping the counters down. If you're working on a project, you might want to have a trash bin close by so that as you're, maybe cutting up pictures or whatever it may be, you can throw them in the trash cans rather than going back and forth between the trash. And that as things kind of start to wind down, the trash is there and you can just kind of dispose of things that you need to dispose of, be working on projects or, cooking dinner or breakfast. My number 4 way to keep your place neat and tidy and organized is to deal with mail as it comes. So you went to the mailbox, you come back, you have your mail, sort it right there as you're at your, at your kitchen counter. Sort through the things that are mail to keep, that are important, maybe the business stuff, keep those separate. Things that are junk mail, definitely trash, throw those in the trash. Anything that else needs to be sorted, maybe coupons or invites or whatever it may be, deal with those as you may. Maybe you have a box for those, kind of put those away, kind of reminders. Maybe there's some things that you need to mark on the calendar, and do that, and just try to limit the amount of mail that's kind of just laying around taking up space. Number 5 way to keep your place neat and tidy and organized is to do the one-touch method, or better yet, call it put things back where they go. Saying everything in your place should have a place where it goes regularly. And I know in a day-to-day kind of life, life happens, and sometimes we don't feel like putting things away, or, we will tell ourselves we'll put it back later, or whatever it may be. And things start to pile up over time, and it's just natural. But if you kind of have this idea of, in a sense, the one-touch method, or putting things back where they go, rather than putting it down, you'll realize that's not where it goes, and you'll put it back where it goes. Just that little bit amount of time and that change in mentality will help you keep your place neat and tidy. So those have been my top 5 ways to keep your place neat, tidy, and organized. Hope they've been very helpful to you. I know they've been helpful to me in the sense that I don't necessarily do this all the time either, so it's kind of a thing that I'm trying to change, because I'm realizing that order in your place, in your workplace, in your office space, in your studio, wherever it may be, is also helpful to keeping your mind space clear and orderly and tidy, so that you can be the most successful person you possibly can. So if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing with the channel, definitely subscribe. I really appreciate that. It helps me know that people like the things that I'm putting out, and also, you know, it motivates me to keep making more videos and more videos on a regular basis. So if you like what I'm doing, definitely subscribe. If you maybe want to comment on maybe some of the things that I talked about today, or maybe share with me an idea or a point that you used that helps you keep your place neat, tidy, and organized, definitely leave a comment in the comment box below. I'd love to hear them, and I'd love to start a conversation with you back and forth. So, like we always do at this time, have a blessed day. See you on the flip side. Let's go!